Hi guys, Judy Fine here. I just finished an online lesson not too long ago with a student who is struggling with some anxiety issues and maybe some depression issues. And I was thinking how a lot of my students struggle with these things, and it made me want to talk about that and how it can pertain to singing, or how singing can be used as a tool in that battle. So if this is something that touches your life, whether it's you who struggles with these things or someone you care about, stick around, let's talk about it. So recently I was doing some research about anxiety and depression because so many of my students deal with, especially with anxiety, that I just wanted to read some stuff and feel like I was sure that I was being helpful and responsible, even though all I'm doing is coaching vocal technique and music theory and that sort of thing. I was a little disappointed to find that in most medical websites, the discussion always centered around therapy, like talk therapy and maybe some other kinds of therapy that are similar to that, and medication. And I'm not dunking on either of those things. God knows I've used some talk therapy in my life. But I feel like they're missing out on some really great opportunities to really help people improve their mental state in addition to those things. And creativity is what I'm talking about. Encouraging creativity, seeing it as a tool for mental health. Back in May of 2018, my mother passed away. She was in her 80s and she was sick, so it wasn't a surprise, but it was hard. Of course it was hard. Losing a parent is always hard. And a few weeks after she passed, I had this night where I just wasn't doing well. And I didn't really put together that it had to do with my emotions surrounding my mother. Michael and I went to a party at a neighbor's house, and I just wasn't feeling great. And I ended up getting a headache, which is kind of my Achilles heel. I get lots of headaches. And I left the party early. I went home thinking I would go to bed and just try to sleep it off. And it was so bad by the time I got home, throbbing, awful headache, that I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't lie still. So I had this urge to sing. So I got up and I sang this song that makes me think of my mother. It's a song from the musical Waitress. She Used to Be Mine, it's called. It's not an exact telling of anything to do with me or my mother, but it's something that reminded me of her, and it was very emotional, and so I sang through it. And when it was over, my head started throbbing again, which made me realize that I had stopped throbbing before that. And so I sang it again. And then my head started throbbing again. So I sang another song, and then my head started hurting. And I sang another song. And I ended up singing for 45, 50 minutes, just emotional song after emotional song. None of these songs specifically spoke to what was going on inside me, but they all helped me emote. And after that, the headache kind of subsided enough that I could lie down, and I was wiped out. I had been crying, and it was not my best singing for sure, but I was wiped out, and I went to sleep. I was able to fall asleep. I think talk therapy is fantastic, but a lot of times we feel things and experience things that just can't be put into words. We just don't exactly know what's going on. We just know there's something there. And that's where creativity comes in. I sang those songs and it helps me release something. I could be filled with intense emotions and get like a blank canvas and throw this color, and then I feel like throwing that color, and then I throw that color. And something about that combination of colors can just really satisfy whatever's going on inside me. And I have no idea what sentences would go with that. It's just releasing something in me. That is what creativity does. That's why it's called an outlet. When you have a purpose and a means to express yourself without having to even know why all the time, that helps people be healthy, physically and mentally. So it's not only that we have this thing to do, but we're being distracted from the other stuff that gets in the way. We're being distracted from what weighs us down. And then we have this end product, whether it's a painting or a song or whatever, that we feel good about. So singing and other creative pursuits, they raise your mood. They make you feel better. They relax you. They lower your blood pressure. They help your mind focus. They make us healthier. They give us purpose. Talk therapy is great, and if you need medication, take it. But if you are called to creative pursuits, then you need to be creative. It really isn't a choice. You need to be creative to be healthy. And if you don't feel like getting off the couch to go sing, try to get yourself to do it anyway. Because the minute you hear the music, your desire, your passion for singing is going to take over, and you're going to get absorbed in it. I try really hard to encourage my students to just show up. Even if you're having a bad week, just show up. Because once you get here and you do your lesson, I don't know what my dog's doing back there. But once you get here and you get involved in your lesson, you will forget about those other things that are bugging you. That is what's so great about having a passion for anything. So if you are somebody that is called to something like singing, then make it a part of your life. Don't wait until something bad happens. Don't wait till your mother passes away or the person you love leaves or whatever. Don't wait. Hone that passion now. Give yourself purpose. Give your life purpose and fulfillment now. And it will be there for you when those difficult things happen. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel excited about things. You'll be more motivated. If you deal with anxiety and depression, first of all, I'm sorry. And please get help. There's so much help. But pursue your creative pursuits. See them as valuable and as necessary as the medication maybe you're taking or the therapy sessions that you do. It is that important from my perspective. I would love to hear anyone's thoughts on this. It's a huge topic these days. So many people are dealing with this. So if you want to share your own experiences or your own thoughts, I would love to hear them. Thanks for listening.